guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a 15 to 20 minute full body stretch. I had put a poll over on my Instagram to see if you guys wanted a full body stretch or a prenatal stretch, and the full body won by a landslide. But then there were so many women that wanted the prenatal stretch as well. And going through pregnancy twice myself, knowing the aches and pains that come along with that, I felt so badly. And so this stretch is for you as well, all of you mama to bees. So this is really exciting for me because I just felt so badly. I'm like, how can I do both, a full body and a prenatal? So here we are doing full body as well as prenatal for all of you mamas. So, and for those of you that are new here, I am Caitlin. I was a certified yoga instructor, and then really God just opened my eyes to the deceit of yoga and led me on this path of creating this new way of stretching that is not only honoring our bodies, but it is honoring the Lord as well. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited for you to be here. If you want, you can subscribe if you enjoy this. But yeah, that is the mission that we're kind of trying to do here and not continue to fall into the deception of yoga. So we don't really need much for this video, just a blanket and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt, a scarf, anything that is like this long. So that is it. I will see you over there in a little bit. Even that is kind of still too far, but it is what it is. One day I'll get this. Okay, so we are just gonna start just in a seated position. If you are pregnant or if your knees are uncomfortably high up here, you can grab that blanket that we talked about earlier and fold it up and stick it right underneath your bottom just so that it elevates your hips a little bit higher than your knees. And then just find that comfortable seated position. So we are gonna start by releasing our right ear to our right shoulder and then just pausing here. Really work on opening up that left side of our neck. If it feels good for you, you can add small, gentle movements here, bringing our chin to our chest and shifting our head back. Again, just really easing into these. And coming through center, now lowering our left ear to our left shoulder. Again, just moving slowly. For me, this is the first thing in the morning, so my body is really stiff from the sleep. Again, just adding those small, gentle movements if it feels good for you. And coming back up to center, shifting our gaze over that right shoulder, now lowering our chin towards our armpit. We're going to stretch more of the back side of our neck on the left side. Just pausing where you feel the most tension. And coming up to center, again, slowly looking over that left shoulder and lowering that chin to your left armpit now. Again, you should now feel this stretch on the right side towards the back side of our neck. Just pausing where you feel the most discomfort and adding those small movements if it feels good for you. And coming up to center, we're going to lower our right hand to the right side of us as we lift our left arm up and over and gently stretch out that left side of our body. If it's uncomfortable for you to have your gaze up, you can lower your gaze to your right hand. Again, just moving slowly and just stretching out any areas that are uncomfortable or holding on to any kind of tension in your body. Going a little bit lower if it's comfortable for you. Making sure that left hip is staying planted on the mat. And shifting our weight through center, now placing that left hand to the left side for support as we lift that right arm up and over, stretching out the right side of our body. Again, bringing our gaze down to our hand if it's uncomfortable for your neck. Just pausing here, going a little bit deeper in the stretch if it is comfortable. Every body is different, so it's just all up to you and how you are feeling today. And coming back up to center, removing that blanket. If this is uncomfortable for you to sit here, if you have any kind of knee discomfort, you can take that blanket and wedge it right in between the back sides of our knees and then sit down. And that should relieve any of that pressure within your knee. If you're still feeling a little bit uncomfortable, you can do this on a chair or a couch, wherever you can sit down, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna start by interlacing our hands, pressing our hands away from our body as we round out our back, lowering our chin to our chest, and incorporating small, gentle movements, shifting our weight from one side to the other, really trying to release that tension in our upper back. And pausing here. And now interlacing those fingertips behind our back as we lift our chin, lift our chest, and bring those hands away from our bottom. And again, incorporating those small, gentle movements side to side if that feels good for you. And moving through those motions a couple more times, pushing away from our body, lowering our chin to our chest, rounding out our back. And interlacing those hands behind our back, lifting our chin, lifting our chest, really opening up the chest. And one more time, pressing away from our body, lowering chin to chest. Interlacing our fingertips behind our back, lifting our chin, lifting our chest, and pressing those hands away from our bottom. So now we're going to remain here. If you are expecting, you can widen your knees so that your belly can comfortably fold forward. We're going to take our left forearm, placing it about 1 inch in front of our left knee, opening up towards the left side as we take that right hand and place it right behind your back for support. And if this feels good for you, you can stay here. But if you want to take this stretch a little bit deeper, you can just revolve your chest open a little bit more, and that really begins to stretch out all along the right side as well. And just pausing here. And now shifting over slowly to the right side, taking that forearm, placing it about 1 inch in front of your right knee, shifting over to the left side as you take that left hand, placing it behind you for support. Again, just pausing here. so weird talking this way, but if it feels good for you, you can add those small gentle movements so that it just rids any kind of tension that you're holding on to in that left side as well. And slowly coming out of this, coming back up to kneeling position. Now we are going to stay on the side of our mat, but we're gonna take this blanket, place it right underneath our bottom as we go into a 90-90 hip rotation. So keeping our top foot, you see, at a 90-degree angle, and then keeping this back leg at a 90-degree angle, and then just using the blanket to prop up the hips if you need that. You don't have to, but I'm just kind of demonstrating for the prenatal mamas. So we're gonna begin by shifting our body over towards that left side. It doesn't matter if this right hip comes up, it doesn't have to stay planted on the mat. So it actually, you want it to kind of come up a little bit. So we're gonna focus on keeping this top foot flexed, pressing down into that left knee as we shift our weight forward. You're gonna begin by feeling that stretch in your left hip. And if this feels good for you, you can just pause here. But if you wanna take that stretch a little bit deeper, you can go a little bit deeper into the stretch, maybe down to your forearms, wherever feels comfortable for you. Pause here, really allow that tension in that left hip to begin opening up and ridding that tension. This is probably my favorite stretch to just sit in. I love hip stretches because I feel like my hips hold the most tension throughout the day. So this is so great for me. So coming back up to your hands, keeping your feet placed right here. You're just gonna windshield wiper your feet all the way over to the right side. So now your right leg should be 90 degree, as well as the left leg 90 degree as well. So shifting that weight over to the right knee, making sure again that left foot is flexed, pressing down into that right knee as you fold over that right leg. Again, just pausing wherever it feels good for you. And if you want to take the stretch a little bit deeper, you can come down to your forearms if that's comfortable. And slowly coming back up to center, shifting over and coming to that comfortable seated position. So now coming to your knees, we're gonna keep that blanket just for a little bit of knee support. Prop it back behind any kind of chair, couch, wall, anything that you can rest your leg on. I'm gonna put my blanket fairly close to the chair. So I'll start with my right leg, putting that right knee down on the blanket as I rest this right foot onto the chair. I'm just gonna keep my hips square as I shift my weight forward. You'll really begin feeling that stretch all along the top of our right thigh. And just pausing here. If you wanna take this stretch a little bit deeper, you can lower your hands to the ground for support. Shift that left knee out a little bit more as we come back up and press into those hips a little bit deeper. Again, just pausing here when it feels good for you. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can lean back into the stretch. Again, feeling it all along the tops of our legs. And switching sides, bringing your hands down for support, especially you prenatal mamas. Shifting over, now placing that left knee on the blanket as we extend that left foot up. And again, coming up with our hips square, pressing that left hip forward as we now feel it all along the top of our left leg. One side might feel a little bit more of a stretch than the other. That's okay as well. You might want to just hold this side, or whichever side has the most tension. Just hold that stretch on whatever side for a little bit longer. Again, shifting that weight back if you want a little bit deeper of a stretch. And slowly coming out of it. So if you are a prenatal mama, you can do this stretch standing up. You can also do this stretch sitting down, but sometimes when I was pregnant, the bigger I got, the more it was uncomfortable to stay seated on the ground. So I guess I'll just show the regular way first. So we'll just be stretching the back sides of our legs, taking that strap, scarf, belt, whatever you're using, putting it underneath that left leg, extending that left leg, keeping a slight bend behind your knee, not locking it out, but just a micro bend behind that knee. Pulling that leg in toward you, you'll feel the stretch all along the left side, the left back of our leg. So again, staying here if this is comfortable for you, or if you want to do it on a chair. I know you can't really see me, but extending that left leg down, and now you can fold forward comfortably, and you can even bring both hands on the inside of our leg so that you can just allow your belly to really fold over that leg and it's not really cramped or uncomfortable for you. So whichever side feels good for you. Keeping that left leg extended as we pull towards your body a little bit deeper. And then just pausing when you feel that resistance in your left leg. And slowly lowering down as we shift over to now the right leg. So extending that left leg, bringing that right leg up. And extending that right leg as we, again, keep that micro bend behind our knee. I did a good leg workout about 2 days ago, and my legs are still so sore, so hard. Again, just slowly adding a little bit more of a stretch, if that is comfortable for you. And slowly coming out of it. So that is it. That is about 15 to 20 minutes of I'll come closer. So that is about 15 to 20 minutes of a full body stretch. This is just stretches that I love to do that really get my blood flowing, get all those aches and pains out of my body so that I can go about my day feeling good and refreshed and ready for whatever the day brings. I hope that that was a comfortable, great full body stretch for you, as well as all of you prenatal mamas. I hope that alleviated any kind of discomfort that pregnancy brings. If you are new here, thank you so much for watching. I really just am enjoying putting out these videos. I want to assure you that these videos don't have any yoga related poses. That's something that I'm really passionate about, just finding that alternative to yoga, because you know, like I had mentioned before, I just was so deceived by the yoga practice. You know, as a Christian, I thought that it was okay for me to practice yoga until God kind of opened my eyes and showed me otherwise. So all of these stretches, I can assure you, are not yoga related. And if there is something that I, slip up and do without thinking, I just ask that you show me grace, and you can definitely point it out and show me, because I want this to be a space that is just really dedicated to putting God first and nothing else. So that is it. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and yeah, I will see you guys next week.